injury. These are all things that we'll get tests on. Donjay, knee, get tests on that, and then Jermaine has a hand finger injury.
And can you just talk about the impact of basically having your tackle depth go down all in one game?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously, like we've talked about this a lot, Mary Kay, with injuries. Nobody likes them. It's the worst part of this game. Feel badly for all those guys, and then we'll rehab and get them back as soon as we can.
How would you assess the way your quarterbacks play?
Some good and some bad, and that's where that constant desire for our quarterbacks is to operate consistently. I thought there were some really good moments, and then some things you can definitely learn from with those two players.
And then Jamari Thrash, these 2 games and his training camp, how has he progressed?
I think he's done a nice job, Jeff. I think he's a guy that takes his job very seriously. He works very hard. He gets extra anytime he's out there. So I see a young man who's progressing. Rookie going to make mistakes, but I think he continues to get better with more exposure.
What happened to Zaire there at the end?
I think he's fine. Yeah.
And what did you see from Deonta just in his first game, and not only the touchdown, but also just the way that he was able to be really productive?
Ran very hard. That's kind of his game. He puts his weight down and stays low and goes forward. And I thought that's what he did when he got the ball in his hands. And obviously he had a nose for the goal line there down in our to our left.
Do you expect Jed back in practice soon?
We'll see. Yeah.
Do you have a tough decision to make whether or not you're going to keep 3 quarterbacks and about the battle between those 2 guys, DTR and Sam?
I think you have a tough decision up and down the roster, Mary Kay. I really do. But we've talked about that group. I feel really strongly about all 4 of those guys.
The directive was to kick the ball out of the end zone at that point. Is that true?
Yes.
Why you got in enough work?
We got plenty of work, I think, this week. Both days, on Wednesday and Thursday, we did kickoff return.
Kevin, does Dustin Hopkins have an injury?
He's working through something, but he'll be fine.
He'll be okay week 1?
Yes.
And you've done this before. Did somebody else call plays today?
Yes.
Ken?
Called some of them. Yeah, we had other assistants call them as well, and did the same thing the first game.
As you move towards the opener now, you've only got 3 weeks left. Do you think that you'll have either Jed or Jack back at left tackle?
As you know, Mary Kay, with any type of injury and guys are rehabbing, I take it day by day, and they update me. When they're ready, they'll be ready. But they're both locked in, working very hard, and we'll get them back when they're back.
Will that impact in any way what happens with Deshaun next week in Seattle?
We'll see. I mean, the plan is for Deshaun to play. Obviously, I take in all the information week to week, day to day, but that is the plan.
Kevin, about just status quo to let Mike Hall play based on you guys letting him practice earlier, that you're going with the same thing you said the other day?
Yeah, I don't have much to add there, Nate. Like you mentioned, practice played, but not much to add.
You mentioned, I think it was Thursday we talked to you, and he might be out a while, yet obviously he came right back. So
was injured, and with an injury, you never know how long the guy's gonna be out. He bounced back.
Go ahead, Ricky.
How about Jamari Thrash? How has he comported himself in these first 2 games and in his camp so far?
Has done a very nice job. Like I said earlier, is a guy that I feel like gets better with exposure, gets better with reps, continues to know what to do, which is a big part of this as well, and then makes plays with the ball in his hand.
Kevin, you told us you liked the energy and the structure of practices. Once you watched the film, did you like what you saw overall?
Yeah, I thought it was outstanding work, and just talking to their coaches, both pregame and postgame, everybody kind of felt the same way. It was really, really good work. It was good versus good. It was an impressive battles back and forth. It's going to make us better going up against those looks. It's going to make them better going up against our looks. So very, very beneficial to both sides.
Do you have an update on Denzel, Amari, and David?
No update. All rehabbing and
Is Denzel still in the protocol?
yes.
Kevin, what did you think of the run defense today?
Yeah, I thought by and large was good. They ripped off a couple downhill runs, but I think you saw certainly in the second half, maybe the guys did a nice job of staying in their gaps.
When you have interceptions that go off receivers' hands, do you give half the quarterback, half the receiver? How do you grade
Yeah,
those?
it's a good point. I think, you tell the quarterbacks not all interceptions are created equal. So we talk about that in terms of decision making. But even when they go off their hands, you look at the accuracy and could the quarterback have been better? And then our receivers, runners, tight ends, all of our guys, if they get their hands on it, they expect to catch it.
What does Chris Williams show you like throughout training camp in addition to tonight?
Yeah, very hard worker, does a great job in the building. One of the first guys in, last to leave. And then plays with great effort. I think that's the thing you see the most on tape, both on the practice field and on the game field.
Good.
Okay, thank you guys. Thanks.